Hello friends, this video on Introduction to Trigonometry Part 11 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Before watching this video, please make sure that you have watched Part 1 to Part 10. We'll take some examples. We have to find the value of sine 18 degree by cos 70 degree. So what we can do here is, the thing that comes to our mind is, if we can convert this into sine or cos, or we can convert this into sine, any other thing is possible. So let me try to convert this into cos, so that cos I can cancel. So I can write sine 18 degree by cos 70 degree as nothing but sine of, instead of 18 I'll write 90 degree minus 70 degree. Same thing, right? If you say 18 or you say 90 minus 70, same thing, by cos 72. Sine 90 minus theta is nothing but cos theta. So it becomes cos theta, theta is 70 degree by cos 70, and this becomes 1. Very simple. Sine 18 becomes sine of 90 minus 72. Why? Because I am making both cos. If I want to make both sine, that is also doable. So let me write this way. This will be sine 18 degree by, instead of cos 72 I will say cos of 90 degree minus 18 degree. Cos of 90 minus theta is sine theta, so this becomes sine theta, theta is 18 degree, and this is anyway sine 18 degree only. Cancel, you get 1. Any of the approach you can follow. Either you can convert cos to sine or sine to cos. Let's take one more example. Tan 26 degree by cot 64 degree, almost similar to what we had in the last case. So we can say tan 26 degree by cot 64 degree. Here also I'll write 26 as nothing but 90 degree minus 64 by cot 64. So tan 90 minus theta is nothing but cot theta. This cot 64 by cot 64, and this becomes 1. Very simple, because we know that 26 plus 64 is 90, so we could solve this question. We'll take a little difficult question. Cos 48 minus sine 42. Here also you see 48 plus 42 is 90, so we can somehow cancel this. So let me convert this cos into sine. So I'll write cos 48 as nothing but cos of 90 degree minus 42 degree minus sine 42 degree. Why? Because cos 90 minus theta is sine theta. So this becomes sine 42 degree minus sine 40 degree, and this becomes 0, and that is my answer. Very easy question. Here also if you see 31 plus 59 is 90, we know that cosec we can convert into sec. So we'll convert, let's suppose, cosec into sec. So this I'll get nothing but cosec 31, I'll write, instead of cosec 31 I'll say 90 degree minus 59 degree minus sec 59 degree. Why? Because I wanted to convert this into sec. This is nothing but sec 59 degree minus sec 59 degree, and that is nothing but 0. We'll take one more example. This is a little tricky. Tan 48, tan 23, tan 42 and tan 67. We need to find the value. We know that tan into cot is equal to 1. Tan theta into cot theta is equal to 1. We know this value, right? Because tan theta is equal to 1 by cot theta. Also, if you see that this is 48 degree, this is 42 degree. The sum of these two is 90 degree. So we'll make this as one pair. This is 23, this is 67. Now this is also 90 degree. So we'll make this as pair. So what we'll get? Tan 48 degree into tan 42 degree, one pair, into tan 23 degree into tan 67 degree, one pair, right? Now we know that tan into cot is equal to 1. I can easily convert this into cot, because see, tan 48 will become cot 42. Why? Because tan 42, when I say tan 90 minus 42, because 48 is nothing but 90 minus 42, this becomes cot. Cot into tan becomes 1. Here also, when I say tan 23, I can make this as nothing but tan 90 minus 67, that becomes cot 67. Cot into tan becomes 1. And that is why I have grouped in this fashion. So I'll write this as nothing but tan of 90 degree minus 42 degree into tan 42 degree, correct? This into tan of 90 degree minus 67 degree into tan 67 degree. This becomes tan 90 minus 42, that is cot 42 into tan 42 into, this becomes cot 67 into tan 67. Why? Tan 90 minus theta is cot theta. Cot theta into tan theta, where theta is same, becomes 1. Here also cot theta into tan theta, where theta is same, becomes 1. So this becomes 1, and that is what we are supposed to do. Correct? Here what we have done, we have observed that 48 plus 42 is equal to 90, 23 plus 67 is equal to 90. So we have formed these two pairs. We'll take one example. Cos 38 into cos 52 minus sin 38 into sin 52. Here if you see, 38 52 is one pair, 38 52 is one pair. So what we can do here, we can convert either all to sin or all to cos. So let's convert all to sin. To convert this to sin, I have to write in the form of 90 minus theta. So I'll write 38 as nothing but sin of 90 degree minus 52 degree. Here this also cos of, instead of 52 I'll say 90 degree minus 38 degree. Correct? 30 degree. And this sin I'll keep it in sin only. Why? Because currently we are converting everything to the sin form. Cos 90 minus theta becomes sin theta, that is sin 52 degree. Here also cos 90 minus theta becomes sin theta, that is sin 38 degree. And from this you have to subtract sin 38 degree minus, or sin 38 degree into sin 52 degree. So if you see, both are same. 52 38, 52 38 both sin. So this becomes 0. Very simple. You can either convert everything to sin or everything to cos. When you divide something or subtract something, make sure you convert everything into one ratio, either all sin or all cos. The question says if tan 2a is equal to cot a minus 18, where 2a is acute angle, we have to find the value of. So here also what we can do, see, cot and tan we can't compare. So either let's convert this also into cot, both into cot or both into tan. So let's convert both into cot. So converting this into cot, what we can say, tan 2a is nothing but cot of 90 minus 2a. Am I correct? Tan 2a is nothing but cot 90 minus 2. And this is already in the cot. So this is nothing but cot a minus 18 degree. Now since both are in cot, I can compare. So what I'll get? 90 degree minus 2a is equal to a minus 18 degree. Or I'll get 3a is equal to 90 plus 18 is equal to 108. Or I'll get a is equal to 108 by 3, that is 36 degree. Correct? And 2a, if you see, is 32, 72, 36, 2, and that's the acute angle. And that's we can do. See, this is given 2a is equal to acute angle, and that is the reason why we could convert this into this fashion. Had 2a been an obtuse angle, we could not use this formula, because when you say tan theta is equal to cot of 90 minus theta, theta has to be greater than 0 and less than 90 degree. That is, theta has to be an acute angle. Since 2a is an acute angle, we could use this tan 2a is equal to cot 90 minus 2a. We got both side cot. We then compared the thetas and we got a is equal to 36 degree. One more example. If tan a is equal to cot b, we have to prove that a plus b is equal to 90 degree. Similar to the last question, here also is this cot, this is tan, we can't compare. So let's convert this into cot. Tan a is nothing but cot of 90 minus a, and this is equal to cot b, given, right? Since both are cot, I can compare this. This 90 minus a is equal to b, or I can say a plus b is equal to 90 degree. And that is what I have to prove. And that is my answer. Very simple. Both sides I made it cot and I got the answer. Let's take one more example. The question says if sec 4a is equal to cosec a minus 20 degree, where 4a is acute, since 4a is acute, I can use some formula, find the value. Again, same thing, we have to convert into cosec form, right? Both side cosec. And since 4a is acute, I can say that sec 4a is nothing but cosec 90 degree minus 4a. I can write this. Correct? And this is nothing but cosec a minus 20 degree. Now if I compare the angles, I get 90 degree minus 4a is equal to a minus 20 degree. Or I get a minus 4a, take this side, you get 5a is equal to 90 plus 20, that is 110 degree. Or a is equal to 22 degree. And that is my answer. Since 4a is acute angle given, we can use sec 4a is equal to cosec 90 minus 4a. Both side cosec, compare the theta with the answer. The question says, if A, B and C are interior angles of a triangle, we have to show that sin B plus C by 2 is equal to cos A plus B by 2. See, the first thing that comes to our mind when we see that A plus B, A, B, C are angles of a triangle, that is A plus B plus C is 90. Correct? Now since we are talking about A by 2, B plus C by 2, let's divide this by 2, both sides. So what we get? A plus B plus C by 2 is nothing but 90 degree. We are talking about B plus C by 2 and A by 2, let's separate this out. So what will get? B plus C by 2 is nothing but 90 degree minus A by 2. This is my equation again. This is same as this. So it has A by 2, it has B plus C by 2. That means this equation can be helpful to us. Correct? So we have to prove that sine of B plus C by 2. So write sine of B plus C by 2 will be equal to sine of 90 degree minus A by 2. Why? Because B plus C by 2 is equal to 90 degree minus A by 2. Now if sine of 90 degree minus A by 2 is nothing but cos of A by 2. And that is what we are supposed to prove. Correct? If you go by the reverse method also, sine B plus C by 2 is equal to cos A by 2. You convert this also into sine. This becomes 90 minus A by 2. That is B plus C is equal to 90 minus A by 2. If you have this, you get the answer. And that's yeah. The question says express sine 67 plus cos 75 in terms of trigonometric ratio of angle between 0 and 45 degree. So the question says this is 67. You express in such a way in sine theta plus cos theta, anyway, where all this theta 1, theta 2, right, they are all between 0 and 45. What we can do? We will say 90 minus 67 degree. So sine 67 I can say as nothing but cos of, or we can say this is nothing but alright. Sine 67 degree is nothing but sine of 90 minus 23 degree. Correct? 67, 67. And sine 90 minus 23 is nothing but cos 23. And this 23 is between 0 and 45. First part is done. Similarly, cos 75 I can write nothing as cos of 90 degree minus 15 degree. And this is nothing but sine 15 degree. And this is also between 0 and 45. So now what we can do? We can say that sine 67 degree plus cos 75 degree, this is nothing but cos 23 degree plus sine 15 degree. And this is my answer because this thetas are between 0 and 45. The question asked to write this ratio in the angles between 0 and 45, and that is what we have done here. Thank you. Visit examfear.com to watch free educational videos, try free online tests, get the best quality study materials, study from the best tutors and mentors, and much more. Thanks once again.